All right, so this is the practice test for Chapter 7-8 for Algebra 2. So numbers 1 through 4, the directions say to complete the square. So you're going to take the coefficient of the b term, which is negative 16. You're going to divide it by 2, and then you're going to square it. That's how you do all of 1 through 4. When you get down to numbers 5 through 8, the directions say to solve by completing the square. So you first have to complete the square like you did in numbers 1 through 4, and then you need to take the square root of both sides. So in number 5, you would move the 76 over to the other side of the equal sign first, then complete the square by taking half of 12, which is 6, and squaring it, which is 36. Then when you take the square root of both sides, 108 is not a perfect square. So you do the prime factorization, you pull out any perfect square factors, and then any factors that do not have a pair stay inside the radical. Subtract 6 from both sides, and you get two answers by having the plus minus, okay? Same thing with number 6. Move the 51 over to the other side, complete the square, take the square root, and then you're going to have negative 4 plus 8 and negative 4 minus 8, which ends up being 4 and negative 12. All right, jumping down to 9 through 12. The directions say to solve each equation with the quadratic formula. So you need to find the a, the b, and the c. Once you've done that, you plug it into the formula. First pass through, do not try to simplify, just plug it all in. And then on your second pass, go ahead and simplify. See if the number under the radical is a perfect square. If it is, then you can get answers like 6.5 and negative 1. If it isn't, you're going to end up with radicals in your answer and possibly even imaginary numbers if you have a negative under there. Like under this radical, we would have had negative 79. So I pulled out the I, left the 79 underneath it. Check to see if we can reduce on any, and this one you can't. Okay? Numbers 13 and 14, solve by factoring. This one's an easily factorable trinomial. And then you just take the opposites when you want to solve. Okay? So this step is factoring, this step is solving. Number 15 and 16 you can skip. 17 and 18 you can skip. Then for 19 and 20, these two are both in what we call vertex form. So you can locate the vertex by the number that's right here becomes the x part of the vertex, and the number that's right here becomes the y part of the vertex. Once you have a vertex, pick 2 points on to the left and to the right. Since it was at 1, I picked 0 and 2. Plugged each of them into the equation and got out 3 and 3. These two numbers should be the same, okay? This parabola opens down, and I know that's correct because this is negative, okay? Same thing for number 20. I found the vertex by this number and this number. Pick 2 points on the right and the left, plugged them in, should be positive because this number is positive, so that's opening up. And that 2 makes it a little bit narrower, okay? Jumping down to 21 through 24, you can use long division if you want, but I use synthetic. So I just took all the coefficients. I took the opposite of this number, which was 3, brought down the 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Negative 9 plus 3 is negative 6. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Combine these two to get 1. 3 times 1 is 3, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So I take this coefficient and subtract 1 from the exponent, so to get 1n squared, minus the 6n plus 1, and that becomes your remainder over the divisor, okay? Jumping down to 25 through 28, all you need to do is evaluate each function. So if they give you the number, you simply plug it in. Make sure you follow order of operations. If you need your calculator to help you do that, then use your calculator. Number 29 and 30, you can skip.